That was just so cringy. This looks so much better. Exact kit doesn't mean we gotta stop the hustle.
Dude, these are tiny.
We'll make it midnight. Saturday morning. It's early. You know where we're headed to? HSF. Go do the race car side hustle thing. But before we go, I figured I'd update you guys on a little project PrimerBlue, because some things have definitely been accomplished, and got a whole mess of parts that showed up. So this is what's going on. So we had a whole bunch of parts from LMR show up, and I know it doesn't look like a big stack of parts, but I've actually finished the installs on most of them. So this is a new rack and pinion, nice and shiny. We got a new coolant expansion tank. This looks way better than that crusty plastic one. Also, kind of coming around to this side, I got rid of that blue wire loop. That was just so cringy. This looks so much better, closer to OEM. This is the plan. We got a battery relocation. This is a UPR kit. I have this exact kit in the Mustang right there, and it does great. It'll do great. It'll be great. I just got to figure out how the heck do I run cable from the back of the car to the front of the car on this thing. So shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, look how big this car is, you know. However, we can't install that quite yet because we don't have the battery terminal that's going to go on the firewall. Oh, we also have our little catch can. That's the same catch can I have on the Mustang. We're going to put it on this car, but we can't put that on until we get the power by the hour intake. So we're kind of waiting on a few things. So just because we're waiting on parts doesn't mean we got to stop the hustle. Okay. So basically we got the Houston Speed Freak. We have 2 installs today. One of them is going to be a good performance chunk of install, which is going to be a intercooler, downpipes, intake, or exhaust. One of those. It's 3 big ones. That's going to pay some pretty good cash for installing that. And then at lunch, or 11-ish, we're going to be doing lowering springs, which is nice and easy. Then we could probably go get a nice bite to eat. That would be pretty good. Then I'm going to show up back to the house, see if we got any more parts that come in, check in with the owner of PrimerBlue, and see about kind of collecting on some cash from the rack and pinion install, and get a little bit of cash for the drive shaft, because we need a new drive shaft. So on the drive shaft for the Fox body, the yoke works, and the rear end flange, they all work. Unfortunately, it's the length. So because the TR3550 transmission was shorter, like the body and the case of the 3550 transmission was shorter than the 3650, that is, therein lies the reasoning why the drive shaft is too long, because you have to have the drive shaft reach from the rear end all the way to a shorter case to the tail housing, that seal and the output spline. Now the 3650, well, that one, it's a longer transmission. Well, guess what? If you have too long of a drive shaft and a longer transmission, that kind of bottoms out that slip yoke and that play that you did have on the slip yoke, and that's absolutely no good. If you were to go and you were to hit like a good hard bump, that alone is probably enough to like split a transmission in half, split an engine in half, because that shock load of that bump being shoved from the rear end, because when you compress the rear end, it's shortening, like the drive line shortens. That's the point of that slip yoke because it has to have some room to compress. Well, you know, bad things happen whenever you got an engine that's not going to move, we got a transmission that's not going to move, and then you got a big long stick of a drive shaft that's basically going to act like a pry bar, and it's just going to absolutely decimate something, you know, if not itself, but that's rarely the case. It's usually taking out probably the most expensive component, if not everything in the driveline. It could also go the other way. It also blow out the rear end. So that's the reason why we got to get a new drive shaft. So just drop that off at Houston Drivetrain. They're gonna get us a new drive shaft, and that'll be good. So I think they quoted it to be $800. Yeah, $800. So it's not bad. I wish it was better. Oh, and before you guys, you know, type in the comments, there's probably a cheaper one out there. I did shop around. I did look at other drivetrain shops. If I were to go with DSS, that's the drive shaft that I have. If I were to go to DSS, it would practically, you know, cost the same thing. Plus, I would have to pay for shipping. Then I did look at Cobra drive shafts. I looked at T56 swap drive shafts. All of those, they're not going to fit. The Cobra drive shaft is too long. It's practically the length that I got now, and that's too long. And the T56 swap, that's way too short by a handful of inches. It's too short, and you know that's going to be an issue in itself if you have too short of a drive shaft. So we just got to get one made. It's just no ends, you know, no end around it. So right now we're gonna head into Travis. We got tools in the back. Probably can't see that, but tools in the back. We're gonna pick up some Red Bull so we can just absolutely knock out this install and you know, continue the race car side hustle. Oh wow, these are fancy. These are fuel. Watermelon. Yeah. Real one. Hey. Yeah. Pink Raptor. This fucking thing. Why won't this thing go away? Just go away. Ooh, this is kinky.
That's a really far drive for a good exit car.
I come bearing gifts.
Dude, Red Bull. Yes. Oh, what is this? Oh. It's the owner of the garage.
Hold up.
TikTok thinks I'm in the wrong garage. I'm like, probably. And they're like, is that the owner? I'm like, fuck. Oh, God, I gotta get the sticker off. Hang on, guys. I got it.
Got it.
All right. Dude, these are tiny.
We'll make it midnight.
Hell yeah, brother.
So that was semi-sketchy. But we made it in one piece. We dropped a few pieces, but we made it in one piece. All right, let's go get breakfast tacos. Another successful day at Houston Speed Freaks. Just final touches on the last install, huh?
Yeah, he just hit me up right now, asked if I had any black vinyl, so
Why
I have a
not?
little extra black vinyl. I am no vinyl expert, but this doesn't look like it came out half bad.
Yeah, you look like you knew what you're doing.
I've done enough little small things to be decent at certain things.
And this one got lowering springs. Got lowering springs done. The install before got intercooler, intake,
and
downpipes,
downpipes. And fun stuff.
Yep.
Right.
which went pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
And then we towed a Ford Focus to its temporary storage
Yep.
facility. Because we're so close to building this one. Whew. Nice ending to a good weekend. Profitable weekend for sure, except for the part where I broke my tool. So I think for this nice little weekend of race car side hustling, things are going pretty good. So we got some installs wrapped up for here. We have more installs on the way. We got to get the drive shaft on Monday. We need to probably go check to see if there's more parts that came in the mail. Maybe the owner had them shipped to his place, and maybe he's got some parts that we can go ahead and install some more stuff, because we do have some stuff coming from Power by the Hour. I'm probably going to get started wiring up the battery relocation onto the car, get that kind of started, because we got to move wire from rear to from back to front. So fairly simple install. You just kind of go through the interior and all that stuff. And then being that we have a freeze on the way, we got to take the water out of the race car, put coolant in it, so we don't have to, prematurely have to buy an engine. So things are moving along pretty well with Fox body build, racing the Mustang, and just overall the race car side hustle. Make sure you leave a like on the video, comment down below your thoughts, because if there's something I'm missing on covering, either building, which I definitely know you guys probably want to see more of the actual installation, not these like choppy, completed a step, now we're all done kind of a video. I know that could be probably frustrating. But if you're new here, why don't you think about subscribing, and I will see you guys later.